Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, I'll be talking about why Rama-tut from the post-credit scene of Antman and the Wasp: Quantumania has robotic limbs. I'll be talking about where he got these theories on what they're made of and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, before we get into this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and turn on those post notifications so you get notified when I post a new video. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to talk about is how he got these in the first place and why he needs them. Because I feel like the only reason a person would have to have robotic limbs is if they've got hurt badly and they've lost their limbs and have to get replaced by robotic ones. So let's talk about how he might have lost his limbs in the first place and who did this to him. So we all know from the comics, Kang is somebody who conquers universes and timelines. So he's obviously been in so many battles. Even every version of himself, they've all been in so many battles. So my theory is Rama-tut at a point got into a battle with one of the Avengers or the Fantastic Four or the X-Men, one of them, and he lost his limbs. He was on the brink of death until he retreated back to his timeline, got himself fixed up, and this is why he has these limbs. And maybe probably finished off the fight. But then again, remember, this is just a theory. It's not confirmed or anything. I'm not saying this from a confirmed article or anything like that. It's just a theory of mine. He might have gotten to a battle with, let's say, the X-Men and somebody like Cyclops. He lasered his entire arms and his body straight off, which is why he has these robotic arms and a robotic torso. Because, like, as you can see, his stomach is like non-existent. Like, there's nothing there. It's just that robotic piece that's keeping him alive. Same thing goes for his arms. But there's also so many other ways that Kang could have probably got these limbs removed. Maybe Captain America threw his shield so hard it went straight through both his arms and his body. Or maybe Wolverine came out of nowhere and sneak attacked him and ripped off both his arms with his adamantium claws. Or maybe the Phoenix ripped him in half. Or maybe the Scarlet Witch did it. I don't know. There's so many reasons, but I'm pretty sure the main source of how and why he needs these robotic arms and limbs and all that stuff is because he got into a battle with an Avenger or an X-Men or any. Honestly, it doesn't have to be an Avenger, X-Men, or a Fantastic Four member. It could just be literally anybody, and he had to get these robotic limbs replaced. But let's say it was somebody from the Fantastic Four. This would probably be a more comic accurate way to go because in the comics, well, Rama-tut was stopped. I wouldn't say stopped, but he was, I guess you could say, interrupted and had a run-in with the Fantastic Four in the Fantastic Four issue 20 or 19, one of them. And the Fantastic Four was trapped by Kang, and they became his servants until they broke out and broke free. But let's say, like in the MCU, when he was met with the Fantastic Four, they did some really, really messed up stuff to him and ripped off his arms and his torso. But who could do that? My only two people I think in the Fantastic Four who could probably able to do this to Rama-tut, I would say the Thing. He probably ripped him in half, but it's probably too gory for the MCU. Or the Human Torch, who just burnt his arms and his torso just straight off. Once again, those are just theories. Now, let's talk about what these metal limbs might be made of. Are they made of vibranium, adamantium? Let's find out. Or I should say, let's theorize. Okay, so let's go with adamantium first. And let's go with the scenario that I said Wolverine cut off his limbs. Let's say Wolverine cut off his limbs and Rama-tut observed that these adamantium claws are nearly indestructible and cannot be broken. So when his limbs are literally cut off by Wolverine, he was in pain because, his limbs are cut off, but he was also, let's say, mesmerized on how strong these metal claws are, that he actually went to a timeline or a period in time where instead of Wolverine getting the adamantium claws, he gets the adamantium to make his own robotic limbs, and that could probably be a way Rama-tut got these robotic limbs and made them, adamantium. But let's say they're vibranium, and let's go with the scenario that I said with Captain America throwing his shield so hard that it went straight through his body, including his arms, and ripped him in half, basically. And let's say, once again, he was admired on how indestructible the vibranium and the material that Captain America uses for his shield, that he went back in time. Or maybe he just teleported to Wakanda, stole some vibranium, and melted it and made his own robotic limbs so that he can also have, live, but also have indestructible limbs and honestly very lethal weapons. Now, although those two can they're very possible because it's the multiverse, anything can happen. But I'm gonna go with the more simple route and say this is just how he was. Because you have to remember, in the comics, Rama-tut, or the Nathaniel Richards that becomes Rama-tut, was originally from a timeline in the future, the 30th century, where everything was very much futuristic. It was a whole bunch of robots and everything everywhere. And let's say that this is just Marvel's way of showing us that Rama-tut is from the past, but, hold on. Let's say this is just Marvel's way of telling us that Rama-tut is from the future, but went to the past. That these robotic limbs are the future side of Rama-tut's past look. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, guys, that's the video for right now. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and turn on those post notifications. And don't forget to like the video again and share. Spread it to all your friends and family. And watch out for 2 other videos on how I theorize what this Kang's suit might be made of, or if it's connected to the multiverse, and why this Kang, being Mortis, the leader of all the Kangs, I guess, why his voice is so raspy. So yeah, watch out for those videos, and I'll see you on my next one. Peace!